Hello, hello. This is Laura V with Laura V Studios, and I'm coming on to talk about the healing power of divine love. I forgot an invocation. I just did a video. So basically last night I had my the healing circle that I run twice a month in a membership that I'm a part of. And there was a lot of need for healing and support. And so what I did was usually it's a small group. I have usually don't have more than 6 people at a time, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. Um, so usually I have plenty of time to give each person individual attention. And so I create a custom invocation for them and then run it and it's beautiful. But that's not what I was led to do last night, which was really interesting. Instead, I was led to invite them to merge with divine love. Now, I've grown up my whole life knowing that divine love heals. It's just what I was taught, it's what I've experienced in my life. And so, what came to me was by doing this invocation or series of invocations, um, it would give everyone a very precise and individual healing experience that would be perfect, that would perfectly meet their need in that moment. And Mrs. Eddy, who's my spiritual teacher that I've studied my whole life, she wrote in Science and Health that divine love always has met and always will meet every human need. And that's been with me for a very long time. It's a very powerful statement. It's true. But there have been so many times in my life where that just didn't look true. It was like, what do you mean? Because my life doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like divine love met my need sometimes or many times when I needed healing or I needed safety or, a bunch of things happen. There's like, huh? So I remember once my guides were like, you've got to take a stand right here, right now. Take a stand for this. Make this your truth. Like, oh. So I've been guided to do that more and more in the last year. Choose, you have a choice every moment. Are you going to choose fear or are you going to choose love? Like, whoa. And especially when things look bad. Um, my sister was in a situation that earlier this year. There are birds on my roof that are usually not there. So sorry, I got distracted. But she was in a situation earlier this year that looked pretty bad. She lost her job and she was convinced that she was going to have to sell her home. And I just kept praying with her. And interestingly enough, I had started a program with some ladies. Didn't really think of it of a program as a program at the time. It's much clearer now that it was a program. Um, but we had been working on embodying our higher selves and using invocations to heal whatever was in the way of embodying our higher selves as fully as possible. And so she had been growing in her confidence in trusting her higher self. And interestingly enough, that never happened. She's still in her home. That wasn't the answer. And love has found a way every month to get the rent paid and to get her food and the other things that she needs. And yeah, it's been a beautiful thing. So but I remember when it was like a real thing, like facing homelessness. I was like, what do I do? And what became clear to me is love is there no matter what. No matter what the circumstances look like, love is there, even when we're homeless, even when we don't have food to eat, even when we're, you know, dealing with an intense illness. Love is always there because it seems like, well, things aren't going well, so love isn't here. And that's not how it works. Love is here just being love, no matter what the human circumstances. And that's what I've had to learn this year is no matter what the human circumstances, love is still loving. Like, okay. So after I did this exercise, this healing session, basically with this group, I was, wow, in a beautiful place. And just before I went to sleep, a notification came from YouTube on my iPad, and it was Ann Tucker saying, "Bank crisis." I'm like, oh no. Like, oh dear God. So, like, okay, what does that mean? What is that going to look like? How is that going to impact me? What do I need to do to prepare for this? And I thought about it. I'm like, I've known about this, I've heard it for a while, but I did not see a way to do anything about it financially. And and so I'm just like, have I really messed up things for me and my family? And what has become clear is no, you've done exactly what you were supposed to do. You have been working on your connection with your higher self. You have been helping others to work on their connection with their higher self. You have seen what it's done for them. You've seen the transformation. You know this is real and this is powerful. And your job is to stay there. And I mean, yesterday I had been struggling all day and even the day before, just not feeling good, just feeling off, not really feeling connected to my higher self, not even sure that I should be. I was just in a really weird place. And going into this, I'm like, it's just your only job is to hold space. That's all you're to do. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be in some great place yourself. Just hold space for these women. That's what I did in a way I've never done it before. And it was really effective. And so why am I telling you this? Because I'm going to share a couple of invocations with you on this video. This video I'm making public. I have recorded another video. It's already uploaded on YouTube, but it is unlisted because I only want it to be available to people who want it. And, when you make things public, everybody watches it, and then who knows what's going to happen with it. So I want this to be protected, and I want this to only be available to those who are really seeking healing and help. And so I figure what I'll do in this public video is share two of the invocations so that you can try them, see if they resonate with you, see if you like them. And then if you do, I will give you a link in the description box, and I'll put it in the comments too, because I know not everybody looks at the description box, where you can receive it. What it'll do is you will get onto my mailing list. And everybody who comes onto my mailing list from now to, I don't know, the end of September, um, will receive the link to the video. And you can I'll even give you a spot to say, or I'll make it a drop down choice that I want to receive the divine love video. That's how we'll do it. And you will get put on the list specifically for that. Nothing else, unless you indicate on the preference. There's a drop down box and then there are check boxes, and you can check off as many as you want. And when I get that, then I will know I will put you on the list for those different things that I offer people. So that's how we're going to do this. So if you'll take a moment, we'll do it right now. Take a moment and take a few deep breaths. Get tuned into your body, get tuned into your energy body if you can feel it. It's okay if you don't. If you don't, then just imagine that you're breathing in love and breathing out love. Right. Okay. Just like I said, I'm going to give you two invocations. So here's the first one. Maximum embodied awakening that serves highest good, please. And then your job is to simply relax and allow the energy to flow in. Imagine it's like you're under a shower and the water is just pouring over you and soaking into your skin. That's what's happening here. Your higher self is soaking in. And what this, the energy of your higher self predominantly, at least what we're focusing on right now, is the peace and calm of your higher self. And so as your higher self comes into your conscious awareness, it quiets the mental chatter. It quiets the emotional turmoil. It brings peace, a deeply needed peace. So just allow that peace in. Now, if you're having troubles with this, if you're feeling tension in your body or you're noticing resistance anywhere in your body, then what I want you to do, or even in your, just in general, like, oh, I feel resistance to this, that's fine, not a problem. Be with it, acknowledge it, be with it, give it some attention, and then taking a deep breath and release on the exhale. Do it as many times as you need. And you'll know you're an embodied awakening when these four things are true. There's no mental chatter, no challenging emotions. You feel peaceful and it's all effortless. When all of those four things are true at the same time, you are in embodied awakening. So, what is embodied awakening? It is you are embodying um, your awakened self to the highest degree possible in this moment. So your awakened self is your true self, your divine self. Some people call it their higher self, some people call it the soul. They're all the same thing. They're you, energetically you. And it's you're just letting more of you in. And this you comes and integrates with the human ego self or mind and brings peace and compassion and calm to the human self. The human self doesn't get destroyed, it doesn't get kicked out. Gosh, not even close. It gets loved. It gets loved in a way you've never experienced before. And the cool thing is, the more that you heal and the more that you awaken, the more love you feel. It just gets better and better. Okay, so here's step two. And this actually might help you experience your awakened self even more dramatically. So here's what it is. Maximum attunement, repeat after me, maximum attunement to the frequency of divine love to the greatest extent that serves highest good. And you just let love in. Imagine love being the sun, and you're just turning yourself, opening yourself to that sunlight and letting it just soak in that warmth and that light. It just feels so good. And so you're just letting it in, letting yourself just be soaked in this love. There you go. If you were able to feel something, congratulations, you did it. If you felt something very dramatic, congratulations, you did it. If you didn't feel anything at all, congratulations, you did it. Um, hang on. I apologize for that interruption. Hopefully it didn't disturb you too much. You can open your eyes and hopefully you feel something, a little change, a little shift in your energy, in your thinking, in your emotional state. That's the hope, that's the idea. And so like I said, if this resonates with you, if this is something you're like, yes, I want this, then please click on the link and put in your name and your address, and you'll go into my list and I will send you out the link to the fuller version of this, where you can have a healing with divine love. And then from there, once you're on my list, you'll be getting updates of YouTube videos that are coming out. You'll be getting updates on offerings that I'm offering for support. I can tell you right now, if you would like to be a part of a community that does this work, where we're working with invocations and we're supporting one another in healing, I invite you to join my community, Awakened Soul Space. It's on Mighty Networks. And the $9.99 offers there. There are two offers right now. I think I'm gonna get rid of the $19.99 and just make the $9.99 available. But what you get with that is we have weekly community support calls every Sunday. And if you miss it, I make a recording of most of them once in a while, like this last Sunday or the Sunday before. I was just led not to record. And that's okay. There are plenty of other recordings you can participate in. I hold events once in a while. I'm gonna try to offer one at least once, maybe twice monthly. Just standalone events where we're doing some healing or we're doing some energy work of some kind. I mean, it's mostly healing, but it's just about shifting, clearing, and opening energy. Um, yeah. So if you're just like, I want to be a part of a community that's supporting each other, we don't get into fear. Where love shuts out fear. And this is all about choosing love over fear. And so if you want to be part of a community that's focusing on the love that we are, and connecting with it more and more to make it more and more real, so that all this stuff going on around us has less of an impact on us. And what's becoming more real is the true, the eternal, our eternal soul, our divine being. And that's what we're working towards, is getting our divinity to become more and more real to us in body, mind, spirit. And that's what we're working on. And if that's something you want to be a part of, I invite you to join us. All right. That's all I have for today. And I hope to see you in my email box. All right. Bye bye.